For thousands of women, the business of when to have a baby can be tricky, with more than half in England and Wales now having children over 30.
Until you've hit the menopause, it's not too late.
Sarah Brocklehurst is 43 and 2 years ago had her eggs frozen.
Just being able to freeze the eggs allowed me to have a little bit to relax, be able to look around sensibly at looking for a man that I wanted to be with, not just the man that I could have to have a child, which is what some women, I think, unfortunately fall into that trap. And also fix things like my career and my living situation.
With Apple and Facebook now offering to pay for staff to freeze their eggs, we asked 18 London firms if they'd consider it. 2 said yes, Spacious, who provide office space, and the bike light company Blaze. Their founder, Emily Brooke, would even like the option herself.
The women in my team are just as ambitious as I am. They work incredibly hard. And, you know, I wouldn't expect them to take up the opportunity. I wouldn't want them to necessarily, but I would like them to have the option.
These are the tanks where we keep the eggs, sperm and embryos that we freeze.
This is one of Europe's largest private fertility clinics, opening this week in the City of London, offering fertility MOTs in your lunch break for £200. But the medical director believes that similar tests should be free on the NHS, so all women know where they stand.
We need to be proactive. If we want to help nations' fertility in the long run, and if we want to spend less in the long run on fertility treatments, we want to invest in proactive fertility screening on the NHS.
With clinics right across the country now offering a whole range of medical procedures, there is no doubt that couples who decide to leave it later in life to have children have more options available to them. But with that comes the debate about whether people are now relying too much on the science to be a quick fix.
If you're in a good situation, a good relationship, the best advice is to get on and have children naturally. That is far more successful than freezing one's eggs and more successful than having IVF at a later stage.
At a cost of £7,000 for 3 rounds of egg freezing, you will need a decent salary or generous employer to pay for it. But the reality is that age is still likely to be the biggest factor when it comes to hearing the pitter-patter of tiny feet. Rhiannon Mills, Sky News in central London.